Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel. We're here just off of the Mob Museum, which you see right here immediately to our left, here off of Stewart Avenue downtown. At night they like to charge $8 to park in here, which is actually pretty reasonable compared to the price we saw them charging over at Golden Nugget. Good God, that was pretty penny. Just passing 3rd Street, that brings us up here to 4th Street here, just north of the Fremont Street Experience in downtown Las Vegas. And we will wait for our turn here at 4th Street. Las Vegas Boulevard, which is the Las Vegas Strip once you get past the Strat up there, is the next light ahead. But up here it's just called Las Vegas Boulevard. No one really calls it the Strip, and no one tries to walk it. At least, not many. I've seen some folks, and they've commented in the comments and said that, you know, they used to try and walk the 1.8 miles between Fremont Street and the main Las Vegas Strip, but that was several years ago from everything that I take away from what they've been saying. This bus is halfway over, not halfway, but a good chunk of portion over into our lane here, so we'll wait for him to make his turn here at Las Vegas Boulevard. This is a county bus, RTC SNV, Regional Transportation Commission, Southern Nevada. They have their own up in Northern Nevada for Reno, etc. Off to our left here, you will see Zappos, powered by service, it says there. That was Tony Sai's, I think I said his last name right. If I didn't, please correct me in the comments. Hasai company until he passed a few years ago. But his company lives on. And looks like we're about to get the green here. Saturday night down here, you got all sorts of different transportation vehicles down here, shuttling and ferrying people back and forth. This is 6th Street and Stewart, as we continue eastbound on Stewart. For our friends following along at home on your preferred map app. And this being 7th Street. Construction never ends in this town. 2-hour parking off here to our right, 8A to 6P it says. So it must be residential after that, or before that. All sorts of planes in final approach mode there, off in the sky in the distance there. This is the area that they like to call Fremont East District. Market over here to our left. As we cross Maryland Parkway, someone crossing the street right in front of us. Probably not recommended to try and walk down here. This is 7-Eleven. Shout out to 7-Eleven man, 166 7-Elevens here in the greater Las Vegas area. And this brings us into the residential area here, east of Fremont Street East. This 4-way stop here at 15th Street. We'll go ahead and proceed, and as we curve, we're going to end up curving due eastbound. As we see the light up here at Bruce Street, we have a lot of time on our channel from our drives up and down Bruce Street all over town. Feel free to check those out. Also, just a quick mention, the merchandise we have in our shop section of YouTube. Feel free to check that out, see if there's something in there that you like for yourself and your significant other. Another little convenience store up here on our left. It's weird because it's like in a residential area to see these guys. Yeah, you see the lights up for it over there. Stewart Market and Liquor, Panaderia, Deli, Carniceria. I know I didn't say Panaderia. There we go. Gotta say that correctly. We've got some police activity up here, looks like, at the light at Eastern Avenue. Metro PD there. Looks like they got someone pulled over. And Eastern is a major north-south artery here in Las Vegas, running all the way from south, deep south, like as far south as you can go in this town, in Henderson, Anthem, that area, Inspirada, all the way up north, just past Craig Road in North Las Vegas, and then it kind of ends, just dies out right there, unceremoniously there in the north end of town. But north of Owens Avenue, it becomes Civic Center Drive in the city of North Las Vegas. So that's something you might want to keep on your radar in the event that you're unfamiliar. And look at this off to our right. What do we see? Another 7-Eleven. How far away was the last one? It's got to be the same person that owns all these, because I don't know how they'd make any money if it was a bunch of different competitors owning these franchises of 7-Elevens. It's got to be. In fact, I think 7-Eleven, man, didn't you correct me and say that it is in fact all the same owner? It would have to be. Now crossing Eastern Avenue here, we have a community center over here off to our right. And that brings us up here to the light at 28th Street. There's a street up here called Marlin Avenue, immediately 1 block to our north. Feel free to check that out in our library as well. I won't try driving through there at night. And then you got a taco stand or something over here off to our right we just saw there. Yeah, a lot of these neighborhoods I only like to go through during the day. And I get comments from folks here on YouTube especially that say, you know, you should go ahead and drive through there. It looks like a perfectly fine neighborhood compared to LA or Philadelphia. But yeah, I'm not a young spring chicken anymore, so don't want to do that to myself. This is the light at Mojave Road here. We'll wait for our turn. Got the green light here at Mojave, continuing eastbound on Stewart. And we have US 95/US 93 / Interstate 11 / Interstate 515 immediately here off to our left in an elevated roadway. It passes overhead here, just on the other side of the light ahead of us here at Pecos / Pecos. We say it both ways here on this channel because I've been corrected both ways. And we don't want to offend anyone on either side, so Pecos, Pecos. And this light's on a timer right now because of the construction here in the area, so it's gonna be a minute. We'll come back when the light's green. And we finally got the green light here at Pecos. And I guess we're taking so long that someone decided that they would turn in the opposite direction right in front of all of us. That's the thing about this town. You have a lot of drunks, a lot of folks who just drank their whole paycheck away or gambled their whole paycheck away, and they're oftentimes in front of you in traffic. So you just have to keep your head on a swivel really all the time, no matter what time of day or night. It's a 24-hour town, which is, I know it's unusual. Of course, they say New York is the city that never sleeps, but this town really never sleeps. There's no such thing as last call here in Vegas. You get a lot of service workers who get off all sorts of crazy times at night, and then they go out and party. Say they get off beta shift, if you will, at 11 p.m. They'll go out and party at the end of their workday, and you never know again who's spending their or drinking their paycheck away. Brings us to the light here at Sand Hill Road. Not a major north-south artery here on the east side of town. Speed limit in here is 45. And it looks a lot different. You know, you have the concrete medians here along Stewart. It looks a lot different than the medians and the sides, the walls that you see out in Summerlin. They've never really tried very hard to, at least in the time that I've lived here, in my humble opinion, they've not tried very hard at all to improve this area. And that's just my humble opinion. Over here off to our left, we've got Supermercado Los Compadres, as well as Restaurante Mexicano and El Rancho Booch. Boots, rather. And then across the street is Fred's Tavern, which is a gambling hall. There's another one up at the corner of Owens. And finally got the green light here. Want to take another shout out here to 7-Eleven Man. One of the 166 7-Elevens we have here in town. Just wild. As we cross Lamb Boulevard, which is a major north-south artery here on the east side of town. Traveling from Desert Inn all the way up to just past the 215, northern edge of civilization. Nellis Air Force Base actually owns that land. I believe the Air Force owns that land out there north of the 215. It's part of their target practice, I believe, for their aircraft out there. As we continue eastbound here on Stewart, approaching Marion for our friends following along at home. See, again, these walls on both sides, it does not look as nice as it does on the west side of town, in my humble opinion. And they've just never tried to change it. They've never tried to improve it or anything. It's kind of sad, in my humble opinion. At least the streetlights work. We have not seen that all over town. I think we got some copper thieves out here that steal the copper wiring from the streetlights. Go ahead and get in the other lane here. This little Mazda's making me nervous. As we come to the light here at Nellis Boulevard. There's a Walmart here off to our right. It is not a full-fledged super Walmart, and it is also not a neighborhood Walmart. It's in between, which you don't see a whole lot of nowadays. But it is very busy. Very, very busy over here. And we'll wait for our turn here. And there goes the cross traffic. So it looks like we lost our turn there. Very, very much for joining us. We really, really appreciate each and every single one of you. And as always, please do like, follow, and subscribe to us on YouTube and TikTok if you haven't already. It helps recommend us to other viewers, and it helps the algorithm, especially when you like our videos and share them with others. The algorithm really, really loves that. So also check out our merchandise on the shop section of our YouTube. We have some awesome merchandise up there available for you to look at. And as always, remember, here on the Vegas Don channel, it's the journey. We'll see you again next time, folks.